Holy shit. Vaush being misquoted on my TL. Oh no. When did Soak Done left? Move right. Reminder that credit scores didn't exist until 1989 and shouldn't exist. No, this is stupid slopulism. How do you feel about Vaush's take that investment basically shouldn't exist? If you mean lending basically shouldn't exist, terrible take. Not sure what investment shouldn't exist means. This person is the average YouTube chatter. He has said at different times, one, the stock market shouldn't exist, and two, that predatory buy now, pay later plans for regular purchases shouldn't exist. He didn't say lending or investing generally shouldn't exist, Lamau. Oh, you motherfucker. Don't you whitewash me. I'm not MLK Jr. I'm not dead yet. I did say lending shouldn't exist. Well, as long as there's no interest. Investment should not exist. As a concept, investment should not exist. No, you know what? Fuck it. Lending shouldn't exist either. Fuck you. That's an insane take, by the way. Yeah, we'll work it out. No more economy. No more economy. We gave you guys an economy, and what do you do with it? Labubus and Dubai chocolate. We're taking it back. Yeah, none of that would really matter in when workers own the means of production. Dude, it's not even that. It's literally like, I don't know how to put this. It seems like the moment you structurally incorporate debt into the economy becomes about debt. Like, the money men have basically found out there is no money to be made in making and selling objects or services or whatever. Like, the best way to make money is to borrow money, leveraging the money you already have, and then investing the money that you borrow into a reliably profitable investment. And then with the returns you get, you pay off the interest and the principal of the loan, and then you do the same thing over again. Like, the whole economy becomes about managing your debt. I wish Vaush was more economically educated, not only so he could have more moderate econ takes. Dog, I've done the moderate econ take, Ben, okay? I've done the social democrat, I don't think anything can fundamentally change, Ben. I came out the other side. You're sitting on the wrong side of the wall of informed simplicity. You're like, well, good socialism is when everything works basically the same. No, man. That shouldn't exist as a concept. The fucking biblical scholars were right. That shit sucks. The moment you codify that, the whole economy becomes about it. Most economists aren't brave enough to agree with me, but I'll be vindicated after my time. Watch Unlearning Economics, liberal. I don't know if Unlearning Economics would agree with my take that debt as a concept shouldn't exist. That's a little bit radical, I'm willing to admit. That's pretty far out there. Okay, Vaush, suppose you need a car in order to work. You live in Houston or some shit. Saving for a car doesn't make sense because you can't stay without a job. How do you solve this problem without lending? You're beginning with presuppositions that I don't believe in. Ideally, none of this shit should be a problem. Public transportation should already be like a public good that you access with no with no personal investment. Like that's the problem, right? Like you need to remove all of this from the profit motive and fold it back into like the like guaranteed rights, you know? Imagine if we did that with everything. Imagine if we did that with, like, roads, you know? What do you think about Islam and their anti-interest belief? What anti-Islam? Dude, dog, they invented an entire new type of banking so that they could do interest again. This is how you know religion doesn't matter and nobody believes anything, okay? They were like, okay, interest is bad. You shouldn't be allowed to do interest. But what if we did it Islamically? And then they invented Islamic banking, and now they have the same banking system as everyone else. Like, it's because it just makes sense economically under a capitalist system to have interest, you know? Yeah, they painted the dang bank screen. We need to, you know the meme, like how I keep rent down in my neighborhood, and it's a guy firing like a Glock up into the sky out of his window. We need to do that every now and again with housing decommodification conversations. Every like month, we need to have 1 hour of stream dedicated to me talking about how I, as the like state bureaucrat, should be able to move your 81-year-old grandma out of the house she's lived in her whole life because an algorithm told me it's 0.4% more efficient for a like young family of 4 to move there. We need to do that. We need to like that's how we keep the real energy going here. And this will drive us to shoot in the air. Well, if your 81-year-old grandma starts firing a gun out the window, that'll actually affect the algorithm that would have gotten her moved out. Which direction will it affect it in? I have no idea. I'm not the computer, okay? I get what you're saying to some degree, but I don't think society can maintain a lot of the things we enjoy from grants alone. But they totally could. Like, everything you need to exist, you should just get. Like, food, housing, utilities. Everyone should just get those things by default. There should be literally nothing that you need a loan for. Like, you have a medical accident, congratulations, motherfucker. It's Medicare for all. You don't need to worry about that shit, okay? You got like into a car accident or whatever. Okay. There I imagine it's pretty easy to imagine like a system of public transportation mixed with like vehicle grants that could like address this problem, right? I don't think, because economically we could provide all these things, right? Yeah, they move the goalpost, exactly, Iron Cat Lover. They're trying to achieve the same end, basically. Scarcity isn't real. When it comes to the basics, it's really not. Like, seriously, there, like, with the economic productivity of the United States of America, everybody getting house, food, medical care, and a car is literally like child's play, you know? It's just an insane, drawn out system of profit maximization, of artificial scarcity, of like, for instance, you guys all know that up until like 15 years ago, you could get a kind of okay car from the 80s for like $2,000. Over the past few decades, American car manufacturers who want to sell you new cars for $70,000 have worked to remove all of those old cars from the market. A lot of them work perfectly fine. Some are junkers, yeah, but like in many cases, like when I was growing up, that was what my parents would show me. My parents showed me like, hey, and when you're 16 or whatever, you can get one of these cars. And they would show me like a used car listing, like on a physical piece of paper, if you can imagine that, you know? And it would be like $3,000. This one has AC, that kind of thing, you know? And these are totally functional cars. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not like fancy or new, and they're, you know, not like phenomenal or whatever, but they work, right? We could provide so much for so many people. So much for so many people. And we just choose not to. Because, of course, then poor people would choose to go with those rather than, like, going into debt for the new car. You all get me, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you all get me. You could provide these things. The cash for clunkers got rid of all the good, old, non-digital, unrepairable cars. Yeah. It's fucking, it's grim, man. The car allowance rebate system, a $3 billion U.S. federal scrap page program intended to provide economic incentives to U.S. residents to purchase a new, more fuel-efficient vehicle when trading in a less fuel-efficient vehicle. Oh, of course, of course, of course. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That was why we were doing this, you know, and incentivizing people to buy new cars. For the environment. I hate Obama. Me too, buddy. Alan Blinder helped popularize the idea of a scrap page program and the moniker Cash for Clunkers with his July 2008 op-ed piece in the New York Times. He argued it would have a three-pronged purpose of helping the environment, stimulating the economy, and reducing economic inequality. In the Senate, the Cash for Clunkers legislation was inserted into a larger war supplemental funding bill. The ineligible car list. This shit's complicated. I should read up more on it. Cash for Clunkers basically just moved the next 2 to 3 years of car sales forward into that year. Cash for Clunkers was just one part of a broader scheme by the American government and by car companies to bail out our failing domestic motor industry and to get people to buy new overpriced cars. If car companies wanted to, if they wanted to, they could make extremely high quality cars for $20,000. They could sell them for $20,000. You can go to other countries and get them in their equivalent currency for more or less this amount of money. But in America, good fucking luck getting a new sedan or, God forbid, a truck for that amount of money. It's all a bailout for a fucking automobile industry. To be fair, Toyota Corollas cost about that much and they're fine. Toyota Corollas are great, but hold on one second. How much do they go for these days? Corolla cost. Yeah, starting around 22,000. Damn. They really are the only ones still doing it. That's actually solid. No, that's good. That's good. I'm not going to hate. Corollas are good cars. They're very solid. You can get a Kia Soul for around 20K. Yeah, but why would you want to? 20K still sounds ridiculous. No, I don't think so. That seems okay to me for a new car, you know. How about this? You can lend people money, but there are no legal consequences if they don't pay you back. That just sounds like a grant with extra steps. Okay, but even if there are no legal consequences, then I feel like there would still be people would immediately invent some kind of like credit score-esque system where you determine people's reliability, and if they ever default on a loan ever, their score plummets, and it's effectively like them. They get blacklisted from like all, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. They gotta make that shit illegal too.